All right, welcome back, Bernie Kratz, Tulsi Kratz, and disaffected political people, independents, Greens, and even the stray libertarian. My name is Dave. I am against all foreign interventions, and I believe Tulsi Gabbard is the best candidate to run for president in my lifetime. There you go. With that said, Tulsi fans, again, it's all about Elizabeth Warren. And Bernie fans, too. The Bernie fans right now, a lot of the people within Bernie's establishment are beginning to crack. They're beginning to say, okay, well, Elizabeth Warren isn't bad. Let's, if we can't have Bernie, we'll go over to Warren. Warren's, she's going to be tough on the banks. Okay, she's not going to be tough on the war machine. She's a Russian hoaxer. Don't think she likes free speech all that much. If you remember, she didn't want Bernie going over to Fox News to do the town hall. She doesn't really want to speak to all Americans. She only wants to speak to white, affluent liberals who've already made it in society. They've already won life's lottery. They've already got an Ivy League education or close to it. She doesn't care about middle America. She doesn't care about minorities. She can talk all day long about those things. She's not convincing to me because of what her life and what her path was or is. So we don't have a populist candidate. What we have in Elizabeth Warren is a tribalist. And somebody who is now starting to raise lots of money. And if you look at all these articles, 4 hours ago, 58 minutes ago, an hour ago, they're writing about her like she is the second coming. Politico, an hour ago, 2 hours ago, she's within striking distance of Joe Biden. No mention of Bernie Sanders in this article. All right, Sanders. Top staffers make a case against Elizabeth Warren. But the article makes it more about Elizabeth Warren than Bernie Sanders. And then Boston Globe here with the, obvious headline. She's got the path to the nomination. Most obvious path. And then New York Times, Bernie Sanders proposes a wealth tax, taking aim at billionaires. Good. That's populism. You can't spend, most people wouldn't be able to spend $1 billion in a lifetime unless they really bought overpriced things. Washington Times does a disparaging thing here, but Washington Times is more of a conservative rag, so they think Warren basically is the worst candidate in the world and the most progressive, yada yada, because they're on the right. They don't understand what's happening on the left. The left either wants a real, actual progressive candidate with issue-oriented ideas and solutions, or they want somebody who can beat Trump. Now, if beating Trump is your goal, this woman is the worst candidate to do it. If beating Trump is your real goal, you should have been propping up Tulsi Gabbard. And or Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is beating Trump in Texas right now. Poll after poll. Warren, not so much. So it comes down to this. It comes down to, if you're a Tulsi fan, you got to be thinking to yourself, again, early on, this has been basically a way to marginalize her campaign. And they're talking about Elizabeth Warren all day long. It's all about Warren, article after article. Elizabeth Warren is taking the rest of the air out of the room. So if you're a Tulsi fan, you got three candidates who are getting most of the press right now. Warren, Biden, and Bernie. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of chatter still about Mayor Pete. And I just, because Mayor Pete is doing these big fundraisers, and he's got big donors and so forth, and then Kamala Harris is hanging in there. She might get a book deal or something. I don't know. There'll be something that she'll be in someone's administration. She'll be, you know what Kamala Harris will be? She'll be AG. Yep. Isn't that a scary thought for all you people that really don't appreciate her record in California. She could be the new Attorney General of the United States. We need a third way around. All right? And that's how I'm going to close this video. It's a quick video. We need a third way around. Please take a look at the Green Party, Howie Hawkins. This is the just in case stuff. It's September. It's not that early anymore. I mean, it's early because a vote hasn't been cast in the primary yet. But look at these articles. The DNC, you don't think the DNC is putting out these talking points? And these are all DNC newspapers, other than The Hill. You got the Times, the Globe, Vox, and USA Today. All of those are DNC newspapers. Talking points are out there. The media is walking in lockstep. And it's a foregone conclusion. So we can all sit here and lament, or we can start to organize. People should post links on these videos where you can go and organize and do something so we can all get together and try to find a way to get the third party on every state ballot. Because we got to start. We have to start. I used to be a rock-solid conservative guy. And look where I am now, because I see that our government is corrupt. We're giving money away to foreign countries. We're fighting unnecessary wars. There's endless corruption. There's nothing coming back for the little guy who truly needs it. The Ivy League meritocracy and oligarchy are basically controlling everything, including the media, including Silicon Valley. And so we're supposed to sit here and just take it. The little guy doesn't have a shot. Doesn't have a shot. Little guy, by the way, it's not supposed to be sexist. It's just a generic term. So think about this for a while. If you're a Tulsi Gabbard supporter, support Tulsi all the way. Just do it because it's the right thing to do. But then when this is over, you got to dust yourself off and get up and not just go away. Because this is only going to get worse. I mean, Elizabeth Warren is president? I mean, you think things are polarized now? You don't think the tribalists on the other side aren't going to go bananas? Because she's a lunatic. She's not like Tulsi Gabbard. She's somebody who, when she speaks, you can just, feel the meritocracy. You can feel the superiority complex and the I'm going to talk down and I know best. I mean, she ain't no folksy granny from Oklahoma. I'm sorry. That beer thing she did at the beginning of the year, that was one of the most awkward things I've ever seen in politics. And I've seen a lot of awkward things. I've seen Hillary Clinton try to change her voice while she's in an African-American church, for instance. I've heard other candidates try to, pander to certain constituencies. That was, hey, here I am. I'm a populist. I'm folksy. I'm just like you. And the husband said, no, I don't want to have a beer. It's just, drinking beer, by the way, isn't going to be enough. Because Obama used to drink a lot of beer, and that didn't work. Trump doesn't drink at all. So, honestly, I don't know which is a better strategy. I do think that it would be cool to be able to sit down, have a beer with your favorite candidate. If they become president, that would be cool too. But it's gimmicky to say, hey, you could win a trip to see Elizabeth Warren and have a beer with her, or a tea or a coffee or whatever. I'd insist on the beer, and I would say, hey, Elizabeth Warren, you're going to have to do the biggest makeover in political history in order to convince minority voters and people who aren't rich and affluent to come and vote for you. I don't care if you're a Democrat, the Democratic Party as being for the little guy, like the party of FDR. Go read Listen Liberal. That's over with. Thomas Frank. It's done. They're not the party of the little guy anymore. They're the party of the rich. They're a different kind of rich. The Republicans are too, to some degree. But a lot of rich people now are liberal Democrats. So that's what you have to look at. You just look at the demographics. So, in any event, I don't know what to say to Tulsi supporters other than hang in there and just keep on keeping on. But I don't know where we're going to go. I don't see a path to go anywhere. I see I see article after article about another candidate, and her name is Elizabeth Warren. And I feel bad for Bernie supporters because I told you this was coming. I know it was coming, and they're going to do it again. And between the delegates that Warren gets and the ones that you think Biden is going to give his delegates over to Bernie Sanders, that's funny. It's going to be Warren and then Biden. Biden will just bow out and just go back and hopefully get some treatment and so forth. But the bottom line is the delegates aren't going to go to Bernie Sanders. They're going to go to Elizabeth Warren. Because again, the centrists, the moderates, whatever you want to call them, they're all sticking together. Same thing with Mayor Pete. All of those delegates Mayor Pete's going to get, Kamala Harris, those will go to Elizabeth Warren. They ain't going to Bernie Sanders. So this is the problem, people. This is the problem. All right, I am done with this video. Have yourself a great Tuesday. Talk to you soon. Don't forget to support me if you can. Support has been dwindling because, I can't be a cheerleader forever, but if you feel that my voice is different on here, I come from a different perspective, if you believe that maybe we need a way around this duopoly, a buck or two over on PayPal or Patreon would be much appreciated. All right, done. See you soon.